Hey everyone, Steve here with At The Ready. Today we are talking about the STREAMLIGHT TLR-1HL. This is one of my favorite weapon lights, and I actually found out that they just upgraded it when I was kind of looking up the information for the video about the light. I've been running these lights since it came out a couple years. They've been on multiple weapon platforms. They've never caused me any issues, and they've always been reliable. I'll talk about a few specs of the light real quick. You're looking at the LED is a C4 LED. It's impervious to shock, and it has a 50,000 hour lifetime. Now this version is an older version. It's only a 600 lumen, but what got me excited is the new versions they're coming out with are 800 lumens, so they're a little bit, give you a little bit more light. Lights on weapons is kind of a controversial topic, as I guess everything is nowadays, but we'll talk about that after I go through the specs here. So C4 LED, you got 800 lumens of light coming out of the new versions that are out right now. If you want to know about the candle power, the Candela peak beam intensity, it's 15,000. The distance on the beam is 245 meters, and the runtime is about an hour and a half. They say 1.75 hours. So it is got a really nice construction on the lens here to make a nice clean beam for you without a lot of defects. It's powered by two CLR-123As, and let's see, it comes with a bunch of different options as far as mounting it. The easiest way I find is just to do it by this screw. You unscrew this enough, and it's spring loaded, so you just unscrew it just enough, press the button, and it comes off the gun. So we'll just kind of talk about the light for a minute here. And these STREAMLIGHTs come with different keys, and to get the key out, then you would just continue to unscrew this, and it would come out, and then you would put your different key on it. But in running these lights for the past couple years now, I've found that the Glock key, which is the one that comes in it, will work. I don't know if there's any pistols it hasn't worked for. Maybe the smaller, like a Kel-Tec PF9 with a rail on it probably won't work for that. But the SIG P320 it works for. The M&P 9 it works for. The SIG P226 it works for. Walther PPQ, H&K VP9. A lot of guns. It seems to work on my CZ P01 or SP01. Sorry, it worked on that. So really, you don't have to change, as long as it's got the Glock key in there. You can run on all pistols. I haven't, like I said, I haven't run into any issues with it not fitting on any guns with the Glock key in it. So just a little pro tip there: don't waste your time taking the Glock key out just because it's not for the Smith & Wesson whatever. It works fine. So the overall length of the light is 3.3 inches. The height is the weight is 4 ounces. This comes in black, but the new ones come in FDE, so that's pretty cool. That kind of makes me want to get one. And so that kind of covers the specs of the light. I want to talk too about some of the accessories you can get with it. You can get a blue filter with it. These contour remotes. This is a contour remote for a Glock. I think it may fit this SIG. I may try to see if it'll fit on there. I think it might fit. I don't know. I don't prefer to run it. It's not installed on the light right now. It just kind of gives the grip a crowded feel, in my opinion. But it's something you gotta try. I think I paid like $50 for that remote, and I've had it on and off the light a couple of times. You know, the light and the gun on Glocks, when I had a couple Glocks. And it just kind of gives this bulkiness, kind of just feels weird, and I don't know if it's any faster than just using running your finger down the side of the gun and activating the light that way. I don't know. Just something it looks like as of right now they're only selling them for the Glocks. That is the 17 and the Glock 22, and then the Glock 19 and the Glock 23, or the Smith & Wesson M&P models. So just kind of something to consider. You can get these little contour remotes, they fit up under the gun just like that. I may put it on there just to see if it works for fun. You can get a green filter, an infrared filter, a key, I guess, for an M16 or 8 or 15 rail, a mag tube rail, that would probably be for a shotgun or something, a red filter. You can get a ring for the Remington 870, remote retaining clips, remote switches, which are like pressure switches, different key sets, which, like I said, the Glock key seems to work for everything. I think I did even mount this on a quad rail one time, so on an AR-15. So, and then you can get a whole bunch of different things. Price wise, I'm seeing them on Amazon. This is the new version with the 800 lumens and the strobe. This does come with a strobe feature, so you know that'll turn on your light. This is a 600 lumen version, and then if you hit it twice, it'll go into a strobe version. So you just kind of got to bump it twice. If you turn it this way, it's a constant on, but if you activate it on this side, it's just a momentary on. So something to think about. You go up if you just want to be a momentary light. If it was on the gun, you should be able to put this back on the gun real quick. I can kind of show you how that looks. So if it's on the gun, you should be able to reach it with your trigger finger. So if you want it to be on, you just turn it on. If you want to do a momentary on, you can go up, and then you can hit it twice for a strobe. The same would work on the contour button. You just press it once to turn it on, and that would only be momentary. This only turns it on for a momentary, and then you press it twice for strobe. But this also comes with the paddles on each side, as you can see. So even if this stops working, you can activate it like normal. It has the full-time on or the momentary on and off. So kind of good to have some options there. Like I said, price is looking like 120 bucks on Amazon. You may find it cheaper, you may find it more expensive, but that is for the 800 lumen version. I was wanting to find an FTE version, because that's kind of the one I'm interested in, because it just looks cool. I was just going to see if they talk about an FTE version here real quick. I don't see it right now. Probably around 150 bucks, I think, is what the MSRP on it is. And so I was going to talk to you a little bit about the controversy of weapon lights versus not using weapon lights. People are like, 600, 800,000 lumens, that's way too bright. You know, in the middle of the night, you go into a room, you're going to blind yourself because the light's going to come bouncing off the walls. I mean, I have little training in that. I know I've responded to some bumps in the night with it, and it's really nice to have a lot of light to fill the whole room with light. I usually just bounce it off the floor, that way I'm not pointing a gun potentially at something that doesn't need a gun pointed at it. So with my technique being more of a spill technique, where I'm bouncing light off the floor and then it's hitting off the walls and the ceiling, I like to have more light. The people that I know I trust and have good information, who are in the industry, who are cops, who have dealt with nighttime stuff, they all agree that more light is better. I know there's people who got advice from whoever, and they're like, you only need like 100 lumens, because otherwise you're going to blind yourself in the middle of the night. Like, your eyes adjust pretty quickly to bright light, unless you're looking directly into it. And in this case, you're going to be behind it, since you're pointing it away from you. Potentially an attacker who would be looking at the light, that would affect his vision more than it's going to affect your vision from the splash off the walls and whatnot. Like I said, I don't have any training in that particular area. All I can say is from the research that I've done and the people that I know who are experts in the field and using weapon lights say that more is better. So one of the interesting things out there, just to kind of prove that point, is a company made a unit for a Surefire X300. It's a new head unit for it, and it will put out 2300 lumens. So they're really pushing that that weapon light to put as much light out as it possibly can. I'm only at 600, 800 lumens here, or 1000 with one of my flashlights, and they're pushing out 2300. So, just kind of using that light to fill the entire room, make sure to light up all the corners of the room so you can see everything that's going on in that room. So that's kind of all I'll say about that. I want to talk about competitive options real quick. Like I said, the Surefire X300 Ultra is a direct competitor. It's putting out 600 lumens, and like I said, for that one you can get that overdrive unit, which will push it to 2300 lumens if you would want to do something like that. I think that's something you have to send the light out. I think the company is called Overdrive, but you have to send the light out. They'll tweak it and send it back to you. But just kind of something, throwing that out there. On Amazon, I'm seeing the Surefire X300 for about $196. Another direct competitor is the Enforce APL. Now, like I said, this is a competitor, but it's only putting out 200 lumens. So it's not even, I don't know if I would even consider it in the same arena as the TLR-1HL and the Surefire X300 Ultra. I think it's designed, I think it only runs one battery versus the Surefire and this light run two. So maybe that's kind of one of those things that, I think the Enforce APL is more of a compact weapon light, such as, the STREAMLIGHT has a TLR-3, which is a compact single battery weapon light. So that's maybe who they're trying to compete with more so. They do have an 800 lumen weapon light that's kind of specific to mount to an AR-15 rail or a rail mounted on a long gun, and that is 800 lumens. So just kind of giving you some other options that are out there. But like I said, it's a great light, STREAMLIGHT TLR-1HL. I've run it on a lot of different weapons. I'm going to continue to run this one on the SIG while I'm doing this 2,000 round challenge. That is a challenge where I'm shooting the gun for over a period of time, and the goal is to get to 2,000 rounds without having any malfunctions or of any kind, or any damage to the gun of any kind. So I started last week with a 100 round test, and then I shot another 25 to make it an even 125. I'm hoping to get to the range tomorrow and I'd like to put like 275 rounds through it, just to make it bring it up to an even number, but we'll see how that works out. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Please tell me what your favorite weapon light is. Maybe I need to see the other options, or what your guys' favorites are, and do reviews on those, to try those out. So please, in the comments, put your favorite weapon light down there, and have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video if you found it informative, and have a nice day.